Now, many students have probably already been told to include a personal response, but the trouble is they are often not taught how to come up with a good one. Now, here's the secret. Hey parents, at this time of the year, your child will need to start preparing for the Paper 4 English oral examinations, which are just round the corner.
Yes, that's right. For students sitting for the PSI national exams, the oral exam is in mid-August.
And for students sitting for the GCE and O-level exams, the oral exam is in mid to late July.
For any student who wants to achieve their best ever grade for English, this paper component is super important. This oral exam carries high weighting towards your child's overall English grade. It is 15% at the primary level and 20% at the secondary level.
The problem here is that this paper component is often neglected, and many students are not equipped with the right strategies for tackling their oral exams effectively. The result is that your child loses many precious marks that can easily pull up their overall grade.
That is why today, Teacher Derek and I will share with you and your child how to apply the right techniques to give themselves an edge over the rest of the competition. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support is a great motivation for us to create more of such useful content for you. Let's begin.
Now, at the secondary level, the spoken interaction segment is usually the section where most students face difficulty and their mind starts to go blank. Now, don't worry, Teacher Derek here will now be sharing with you and your child some important strategies. First, let's take a look at the AL 1184 specimen paper. Now, here is a sample of the visual. The first smart thing for students to do actually begins even before they meet with their oral examiners. They need to first predict the theme of the visual. By doing so, your child can prepare their responses in advance and also share personal anecdotes that are relevant to the questions that they will be asked. Now, here are some high-frequency themes that are often tested at the GCE and O-level national examinations. Community, for one, like the elderly or young children, festivals and celebrations, environmental issues, any form of sports, exercise, working out, arts like music, song and dance, and in recent times even technology. Now, for the clip we just viewed, it falls under the theme of performing arts. Now, armed with this information, your child can then start preparing responses which are relevant to the performing arts, and this brings us to the next step. The second smart thing that your child can do is to prepare some personal responses in relation to the theme. Now, many students have probably already been told to include a personal response, but the trouble is they are often not taught how to come up with a good one. Now, here's the secret, alright? So follow these two guidelines. Firstly, they need to include specific details in their personal response. Now, this helps to make the response believable and authentic. Simply sharing vague or unspecific details will do little to impress the examiner. Alright? Now, secondly and more importantly, the sharing has to conclude with the key takeaway or the lesson learned. Again, many students are not taught this valuable tip. So they often share stories which are, yes, they're relevant, but they don't know how to conclude the sharing. So yeah, that's how many students end the sharing, and that is totally not an effective way to close it all. For a personal response to be effective, we need to ask ourselves, what have I learned from this experience? Or how has this experience, how has this sharing changed my view on this topic? Now let me demonstrate, alright? So first up, I'll be sharing what an ineffective personal response sounds like to this question. Would your parents or other adults share your views about making a living as a street artist or street performer? Why or why not? No, they would not share my views about making a living as a street artist. Now, performing can be very fun. This reminds me of the time when I watched a local band perform at a restaurant. They seemed to be having a blast playing their songs and singing their hearts out. So I remember thinking, wow, I would like to be like them in the future. So yeah, performing can be very fun. Alright, so that was the not so effective personal response. So next, by applying the right strategies, we can transform this response into something that's much more effective and something that your oral examiner will like a lot more. Okay, so this is what the revised version sounds like. No, they would not share my views about making a living as a street artist. Performing can be very fun. Now, this reminds me of the time when I watched a local band, 53A, perform at a restaurant. I was with my family at a restaurant near Dhoby Ghaut, I observed that the band was having a blast, playing songs and singing their hearts out. I remember thinking, oh wow, I would like to be like them in the future. And at the same time, I am aware that making a living as an artist can be quite demanding. As an audience, we see only 10% of the work that they do. The other 90% is off stage or off screen, where the performers have to work hard in various aspects from creating music to marketing themselves. So that experience certainly inspired me, but it also taught me that should I wish to become a performer, I need to be prepared to put in the hours of hard work. Parents and students, I'm sure you can see the vast difference in the quality of these personal responses. Again, to score well is not just about sharing any personal response, it's about delivering a quality personal response to impress the oral examiners.
As the oral exams are fast approaching, remember to encourage your child to start practicing these powerful strategies and techniques that they have just learned from this video.
Yep. To make sure you receive more useful content like this, remember to ring our notification bell and help us subscribe to the channel. So once again, this is Teacher Derek and Teacher Min Chuan signing off, and we'll see you in the next video.